And I guess the best way to start this is like, what are the different things that you want to happen? Like either inbound, are you even thinking about outbound?
Yeah, so spot on the review, by the way. So yeah, we're a moving company that hires college students to essentially work around their class schedule to be the muscle, and the customers go and rent and provide the U-Haul trucks to move the items locally. So what we're doing is we get thousands of calls coming in, like interested in our service or exploratory, asking about our service, and they're almost like billboard calls. Like anybody can sit there and explain what we do, and then like the next stage is almost a sales call of trying to book the customer. And we also do a lot of other stuff like staffing the jobs, where if for some reason we're short staffed one day, we'll go reach out and call a bunch of other students just to see if they can work the shift. Obviously, this is a really easy thing for something to go do if it's like SynthFlow or another platform. And then another one is we call the customers the night before each of these jobs just to double check and verify. One, they've rented the truck and they aren't expecting us to provide a vehicle, because that's always fun when you show up and they don't have a truck there.
Yep.
And two is just to double check that they don't have any extra items that they forgot to mention on the list, like a piano or a gun safe, something that's like crazy heavy that when a couple guys show up that they're not going to be able to move. So just
Yeah.
it's a lot of the basics, like a lot of this admin work for a service business that anyone can do, but ideally we wouldn't want to outsource it overseas. We'd like to keep it kind of American sounding, pretty minimal accents, especially when we're like
Mhm.
in the southeast, is super important. And so we're looking to lean on AI to have these conversations.
That's really cool. And there seems like there are many different variables here as well. When it comes to the first topic here of the thousands of inbound calls, are they like leads that you want to close? Are they like, hey, we have a project, or are they more like, hey, can I figure out what you guys are about?
Yeah. So it's kind of a little bit of both. So a lot of people will find us on Google from just the search ranks or the map pack, and we'll show up as a moving company or movers near me, and they'll give
Mm-hmm.
our phone number a call, say that they need help on XYZ date, and then we'll tell them like, look, this is kind of what we do. Are you okay with this? And they'll either say yes or no, and then we kind of go through a whole sales spiel of like why labor only is a little bit better than if they want someone with a truck, depending on their like move size.
Mm-hmm.
So it's usually warm leads.
So it's usually warm leads. That's cool. And so I guess the call goes like, hey, I was looking to move. And it's basically a date that you need. What is the date? And is that it? Do you do a payment like kind of on the phone? How does the payment and everything happen?
Yeah, we could take the payment on the phone, or we can shoot them a payment link, um, just through like a customer's profile in Stripe, and then we just bill them $5 for a booking fee. But really,
Mm,
the conversation is just a couple pieces. Like the first one is this something you want to do, and when are you moving? And then we would look at availability and see if like that day works for us. And then we go into like the specifics of their move. What kind of move is it? Is it a load, unload, or is it like a local like two-part move where we're loading up at one location and unloading at another? And
mm,
then go into kind of what items they have, um, which would then determine how many people we need to send out there and for how long it's going to take. So there's like a little bit of
mm,
an estimation piece to it, but it's pretty basic on the estimation size based on how large the house is. If it's like a two-bedroom house, it's probably going to take 2 to 3 guys 2 hours per part of the move, and then if it's four-bedroom house, it's probably going to take four guys about 2 hours per part of the move. So
mm.
pretty standard. You're looking at 4 hours for a load unload, 2 hours for just a one part move.
So that could kind of be automated in a sense if the form includes bedrooms or how many bedrooms we have or how big a house is, kind of.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, and we go through the flow of like asking, all right, what's in the living room? All right, what's in your master bedroom? What's in bedroom number two? What's in the kitchen? And it just runs through and gets an itemized list of everything. And then based on that list, however much stuff they've got, number of boxes, that sort of thing, it'll then run through how long it'll take. And we've got an automated piece for this, so our reps don't actually have to sit here and guesstimate. We've got
That's
something
cool.
built so we could just like plug it in to the agent to be able to estimate it.
That's cool. And how much have you tried to automate it? I know you tried like Bland AI and some other things as well. Like, what did you try to do yet? And I also tried to set up a little bit of a system here before the call as well to show you kind of my idea with it.
Yeah, so I played with Bland for a little bit. It might have just been I was unfamiliar with the platform, but it was difficult to get a comprehensive call flow. It was moving way too quickly through all the questions, and it wasn't like
Mm,
diving in more to the specifics of like getting the items, which I think if I set a goal
mm,
with the agent per section of the call, that might have been more helpful.
mm.
But I've only spent maybe an hour or two digging into it
Yeah.
through Bland.
And you, in the message in school, you asked uh, about this, or I think you said something like, if the conversation goes on for too long, sending it to another person was a little bit of an issue. Is that something you want to do technically? Like, would that be the best thing to be on a call with somebody, get them like, yeah, this is a real customer, and then send them to somebody else? Or would it be best to just do the entire call with AI?
You could do either. If it's really long, sometimes it might be easier, like if they're running into issues, to send it to a rep. Because typically in a service-based business, your highest cost is going to be your employees. And so
Right.
by reducing the headcount of trying to book these moves and doing the logistics, you can actually scale surprisingly quickly without having to hire and build out middle management. So if you needed to transfer somebody, that's fine.
Hmm.
Because it's so infrequent that those calls last a long time. But you could keep it on the
Yeah.
call for a while with the agent too. Either way works.
Yeah, right. The perfect situation would be like the AI doing all the work. And then the last question would be like, is everything okay? Like, did we do everything correctly? Is there anything that you want to talk with a real human for? And then they say, no, I don't want to talk with a real human. And then it's like, okay, sweet. Then everything is good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like any questions that I wasn't able to cover, then yeah, go to the human.
Yeah, yeah. In the future, it's going to be like, oh, please don't give me a human.
Yeah, right. A dumb human.
Okay, that's cool. It seems like I have most of it. Yeah. So let me show you a little bit of what I did before this, because it's such a cool thing. I would love to have like really good automated phone agents. It seems like such a cool problem to solve. So I tried setting up one today, and essentially, what I do you also have any CRM or lead management? Like every time there comes a call in, do you update them anywhere?
Yeah, so we run everything through OpenPhone is our phone system, and then our CRM is through HubSpot. And so we run
Okay,
like
cool.
contacts and tickets and deals all through there.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Any outbound calls?
We do outbound calls, but it's like all of our leads are inbound leads.
Yeah, most of it is not outbound.
Yeah, right, right.
Priority, I think. It's a cool thing. Like if they called and they somebody didn't pick up or something like that, it's like cool to reach out to them, ask them about, hey, I saw you move, wanting to move or something. But yeah, let's talk about the priorities, I guess. Um, yeah, I made kind of like a mock-up, in a sense, a CRM, just to get in the groove and thinking about different things. Where basically this would be the guy coming into the lead, and I guess for the if it's an inbound call, it would just go directly to the assistant. And this one is one that I made today, and we actually can call it live. So what I found with it is actually let's just call it live, and then we'll find the problems with it together, because there are some. And I'm gonna I think I'm gonna preemptively just. You also said some send SMS. Was that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's another variable. That's cool. So I'm just gonna call it basically, but the issue that I had before is that inside of the prompt, I basically have it do too many things, or at least that's what I think is
Right.
the main issue. So it's basically to assist callers by answering inquiries, identifying their needs, and directing them to appropriate services or personnel within the company. So I think the rule of this should be like one caller for one specific task. I would recommend probably book an appointment. So just
Ooh,
focusing the prompt on just booking an appointment.
yeah, something that might be helpful here too is that each number that they call goes to a phone tree. And so when they dial into that specific number, it's like a new reservation line for that like button that they press. So it'll dial that specific booking agent, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. So you can kind of redirect it.
Yeah, so that would make like the prompting for these agents super specific. So like this person's only trying to book the move rather than like answer questions and deal with customer service and do stuff like that, if that helps.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many variables like the information extractor as well. Is like, yeah, but I think the best action would be, or at least in my opinion, it would be the book real-time booking. So like schedule a
Yeah.
live appointment during the call would be the first one that I would kind of heavily invest into to see if you can actually just fill up your calendar.
Yep.
Because that would be really awesome. I didn't see I couldn't actually get it to add this action because I need cal.com and go high level. I haven't set that up, so I only got a couple of, or like half an hour to try to set it up. But let's take a quick listen to how it sounds and everything. So I'm just going to call it now. And it also is some specifics is that in this case, I'm living in Kentucky, Lexington, I think. Yeah.
Today.
Hey, I was thinking about moving.
Got it. Are you looking for information? Great. Are you looking for assistance with moving services, or do you need information about a specific location? Let me know how I can help.
Yes, I'm thinking about that. I need to pack everything from one house to the other, and I need some help moving it, getting a truck, packing it into the truck, and everything like that.
Sounds like a big move. We can definitely help with that. Would you like to schedule an appointment to discuss the details and get everything organized?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's get started. Could you please provide your first and last name?
Andy Heffel.
Thanks, Andy. What date are you considering for your move?
December 11th.
Perfect. And is there anything specific you'd like us to know about the move? Like any large items or special requirements?
Yeah, I have a grand piano. It's about 200 kilos, and you would have to remove the window in order to get it out.
Got it, Andy. We'll make sure to handle the grand piano with care and plan for window removal. Let me check our availability for December 11th and get back to you in a moment. We'll make sure to handle that carefully. I'll note the grand piano and the need to remove a window. Let me check our availability for December 11th and get back to you with options.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, Andy. I'll get back to you shortly with the available options for your move.
So this is actually the part where it would use the calendar tool. So in the agent framework, it's like a calendar tool, but it doesn't have the calendar, so it actually can't check the availability. But in this case, it would actually say, yeah, November 11 is actually available for us, or it would say no. But that was pretty decent, right? Is there anything like big that, to me, the how slow it is does matter a little bit, but it doesn't matter that much also?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, like the biggest thing is just being able to answer questions because a lot of customers like don't move. Like you only move once every like 5 years on average. So they're not super used to this. So usually they come with a lot of questions. And if you can be super helpful, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go with your company.
That's great.
So, yeah,
I love the grand piano one.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
He's pretty good about that.
We'll carefully place your piano and remove the window for you. Anything else?
Yeah. Any other small tasks you need us to do? Yeah, it's like it was pretty good. The other thing is like variable collection. So I don't know. This is something Bland claims to be able to do, but I wasn't able to figure it out. Is collecting that like first name, last name variable, collecting the address variables, like number of items, and so it can go through and actually collect the variables almost like it's submitting a form, but over the phone, and then it would then categorize that for like later automations. So like it would take all that and you could put it in
Right.
Zapier and then like create automations from the form collections.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would want as well, in a sense. I'm not sure if it actually did that in this call, but it did ask me for my name and let's see if we can go to deployment here and see. But yeah, there was an information extractor there. Um, the call that I did now, what was the question I was missing or something?
Um, Maybe like typically what we do is like walk me through the house and just list out the items that you're moving, go room by room. And then that way
Okay,
it can get like an itemized list.
that's really interesting. I wonder if we can. I would love to try it one more. Is there anything else?
The number of rooms. So there's another way you could probably do this is like have it know like a list of rooms to ask from like a house or something, and then it could walk through and label based on the room. So like if the customer
So
doesn't
like
say something about the
bathroom.
yeah, if the customer doesn't say something about like a living room, it'll be like, and what about the living room or the kitchen, anything in there? Or like a garage,
Yeah,
usually that's like a big one.
yeah, that would be better, right? So you have one field in the bathroom, one field for the living room, one field for the next one.
Yep. Yeah, and then it just fills it in with an item count or whatever the items are, and then box count for each room.
Uh, what the AI should extract from the call? How many items are in the kitchen? And also, what is in the kitchen?
Yep.
Or how many items, but how many items and what is in the kitchen? Let me try to just, because that would be really cool if we can do one of this for items in the kitchen, or identify we can do kitchen maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Kitchen's a good one. Living room's usually a good one. Um, some of the ones people forget are like their garage. Um, Another one is like the kitchen they usually forget, laundry room they usually forget. Like, is the washer and dryer going? Like bulk items is a big question we ask at the very end. Like, do you have a washer, a dryer, an elliptical, a treadmill, or a piano, or a gun safe?
Yeah,
Or
like
refrigerator?
specialty items.
Yeah, because then we'll bring specialty equipment or like tell them to rent the appliance dolly so that they can move that.
Yeah, exactly. Like the grand piano.
Yeah, yeah, with the
Uh,
crane.
yeah, it was good that I actually said that and not like the day before I said, oh, or you guys show up and it's like, we need to remove this window.
Yeah, and that's a real thing though, because like sometimes our reps will be so involved in the conversation trying to take the notes and like write it down, but they might miss something really big like that, and then the guys will show up and they don't have the correct equipment. But like my thought is AI would know grand piano that triggers. I need to add like some specialty notes of like bring equipment and say that on the call.
Yeah, right. So that could even be like without an AI, like more automation. It could be like in Airtable, the keyword piano is on there in the specialty item, which means that you have to do this other thing. So
Yep.
that's quite easy to automate. Living. So I added a couple of information extractor things here. I just want to see if it works. So I'm gonna try. The only thing that I want to ask here at the prompt section, I think, before concluding, it says here confirm callback details, and I actually did like an FAQ on your company as well. Like you have an FAQ, I copy pasted that as well. So
Oh,
that
nice.
helps a little bit. But here, I basically use the standard one and then I provide information about caller needs. I think I just copy pasted your services in here. Oh, it didn't save correctly. Oh, we just used the basic one. Okay, I copy pasted like what you do, like services, because I saw there was 3 different type of services, like load, unload, in-home, hourly moving help. So I think I copy
Yeah.
pasted this.
Okay. Was
Let me
there a knowledge
see.
base for this? Like, Did I see that whenever you were doing this? What was that? A couple weeks ago?
There is in the left corner here, there's like a book that has like a knowledge base. So I highly recommend just posting your FAQ in there and making sure that FAQ is like well documented and gives great answers.
Dang.
What am I trying to write here? Get the info. Now it seems like it's lagging a little bit. Get the info of how many items are in the kitchen, living room, and garage.
Does it allow you to kind of chain prompt these, like each step of the conversation? And so, like once it gets
Yes.
into one step of the conversation, it would then run another prompt.
Yeah, that's actually what I would like to do. I just edited this prompt here. I think it's actually better to do step number 1, do this. Step number 2, do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way better. Because here it actually doesn't ask so many questions. It's basically the date and your name. I get the info. I'm in the kitchen, living room, garage. Okay, I added this in the prompt. Let's see if we can actually get it to work. And I wonder if we can see it, if there's a form or something, because we called myself now and we only get the transcript. It would be nice if we actually get that to work in the information extractor. Okay. Version number 2. Let's see. This is so fun, by the way, Thomas. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. I know this is awesome working through this.
Okay, let's do the same. I'm gonna call myself now, and yeah, the delay of the phone, like how long it takes from me to say something until it actually comes up, is not as much as I would think, but it's still like if it was just a little bit faster. I haven't gotten a call yet. I'm just waiting. Are you celebrating Thanksgiving today, Thomas?
Yeah, dude. We do a lunch, so I'm off duty now at this point.
Right after this, I'm going to my cousin that lives in the US to eat some turkey. All right, we're on.
How may I assist you today?
Hey, I'm going to move.
Are you planning a move and need some assistance? Let me know how I can help.
Yeah, so I'm trying to move from Kentucky, Lexington to Louisville, Kentucky, and I want your help to move everything from my house into my new house.
Got it. Moving can be quite the task. Could you tell me how many items you have in your kitchen, living room, and garage? That way I can better assist with your moving needs.
Wow.
Can you butter me up a little bit before you ask that?
Moving is a big step, and it's exciting to start fresh in a new place.
Okay.
I'm here to make the process as smooth. So let's get started.
Yeah. I'm not going to continue because it's such a... You wouldn't say that, right? Like go directly into the living room kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
should have continued though.
It's almost like there's small talk that you want to get through. Like that's
yeah, exactly.
Like what are they moving? Like tell me a little bit about your move. Like what do you got going on? And then just let them kind of unload on it a little bit. And then it's like, okay,
that's definitely like the prompt chain. Yeah. I'm just going to try to see the information extractor if we can actually get that to show up.
Today.
Hey, I'm moving from Louisville to Lexington.
That sounds like a big move. How can I assist you with your relocation? Are you looking for services related to moving or something else?
I need to move everything from one house into another house.
Got it. To help you better, could you let me know how many items are in your kitchen, living room, and garage? This will help us plan the move efficiently.
So in my kitchen, I'm going to move my fridge. We also have a washing machine in there, or a dishwasher that I'm going to move, and a bunch of plates. So it's going to be probably 4 boxes or something like that.
Thanks for sharing that. How about the living room and garage? What items do you have there that need moving?
In the living room, we have like an L sofa, so it's pretty big. We probably have to move that out piece by piece. I'm not sure. We got a TV and probably like a big chair, some cabinets and things like that.
About the items do you have there that need moving?
We have a couple of bikes and we also have a big box freezer that is pretty heavy. And we also have an extra freezer as well for just the meat. I love meat, so a bunch of meat and it's all frozen. So hopefully that doesn't, thaw or whatever they call it.
Absolutely. Keeping everything frozen during the move is important. With all this information, we can help coordinate your move efficiently. Would you like to schedule a moving service or need more details on how we can assist?
Yeah, can I schedule it for December 11th?
Sure thing. Let me check the availability for December 11th. Could you please provide your first and last name?
Yeah, Andy Heffel.
Thank you, Andy. Let me check the availability for December 11th and get back to you shortly.
All right, thank you.
Pretty good.
Okay, decent.
Yeah. It's better than an entry-level salesperson on their first week. So
And it was really slow on one of them, and then it was really quick on the other one.
yeah, notice that, which is strange.
Here we go. Identifier, how many items was in the kitchen? We have 3 actions here. Items in the kitchen: fridge, washing machine, or dishwasher. Plates, 4 boxes. Hey! Wow. Garage, we have a couple of bikes and also a big box freezer. It's pretty heavy. I also have an extra freezer as well, just for the meat. Oh, this guy sounds cool. One sofa, or it says L sofa, actually. That's pretty cool. TV, big chair, cabinets.
Wow. That's really
That's
good.
not bad. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's
Dang.
sick. So
what's this using? Is this using the GPT like voice?
So we're using the SynthFlow, but as far as I can tell, they're using the GPT-4o fine-tune model to be a little bit faster. So the SynthFlow one is a little bit more real-time, but it still wasn't that real-time. It was good enough, though.
Yeah. The thing is, like, give it 6 months, and I bet all this is going to be way more real-time, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Thing is, if you can set up the framework, the technology should start to come behind you.
Yeah, and it's also not annoying. That's like in every single video I made about the AI phone agents, I always can't really describe how it feels like. But to me, it really feels like it's a good, smart agent. So if it just answers all my questions, then that's completely fine.
Yeah, right?
I think you cut out a little bit there. What did you say?
Yeah, it's not frustrating at all. Like, you're not dealing with a robot. It sounds like it's a pretty good flow.
Yeah, exactly. Like the clicking 1 and then clicking 5 is 100 times worse than this.
Yeah. That's cool.
Okay, so we basically did the actions of the info extractor. So this could basically be taken all. So the way you would probably get this is either you deploy it with some workflow that you just integrate it with any of these ones, and then you can get the data where you want it. I assume that you can do kind of basic automation with like adding integrations and putting it to like a CRM or something.
Yeah, that's what we would do. Is like, because if a customer submits their request online, then we would call them and basically run through this and then add this information to the tickets, and it goes into our pipeline, like the different stages of the submission. And then if it's just a person calling in, we would actually create the ticket. So then it would just go into our drip campaigns and like all the marketing and everything.
Yeah. So there's a lot more automation going on in the back end, I assume.
Yeah. After, like, once the call comes in, it's like there's probably 15 different automations that all like start running.
That's cool. So I'm really wondering about what to do next here. I'm pretty surprised that we were able to extract that information, even though it was super specific. I guess it's just taking the transcript and just like, hey, look for this identifier. So um, it's pretty cool. Is there anything else that you were thinking about that could be added or that you would want to have?
No, it's actually worked really well. One of the other pieces is like getting correct data. So like if someone calls in, making sure we have the correct address. And then same thing with like email and phone number is all pretty important.
Yeah, that is quite that's really important because somebody has a crazy dialect or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Or like mishears it. But I guess we could always send a confirmation text to say like, just confirm it really quick. Like after the call, we're going to send over your address and your name and your phone number.
Yeah, like at the end of the call, it's like, either it's like, can I read this back to you, or can you check the email to see if it's completely correct?
Yeah.
Because this is an important part, and it's something that is kind of annoying with AI because don't know 100% you get the correct data, especially with voice transcription.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could miss like a letter or something.
Yeah, they'd never get my name right. Hafel. They never get that right.
Yeah, no shot. Yeah, exactly.
So Andy Waffle, what's up?
Yeah, you're Andy Waffle for every call after that. This
You
is
get some crazy
really
names
impressive.
after all. Yeah, right. So I actually just wondering, like, are you gonna start implementing this, or have you tried implementing it yet?
Yeah, we'll probably roll this out, and just see what happens. Probably start with like the internal calls first. So we do a lot of like on the logistics side, just calling and touching base with people, like before the jobs start, or even like walking them through. Because if we have this data, then we can theoretically call the movers before the job and explain to them like what to expect and how to actually do the move and in what steps. So it's like a pre-move rundown almost, and just have the AI take 5 minutes, tell them exactly what to do, and then if they have any questions, they can like call it back, I guess.
Yeah, this to me it should save so much time, especially just even if the guys that are calling comply and they say yes, I'm going to continue answering the questions. You can get so much data without any human at all. Even the human is probably not even writing down all of this
No, there's no
fast, you
shot.
know?
Yeah, no shot. Like they'll probably get 70% of it, and they don't take the time to actually type it out on every single one to be like super descriptive, just because you don't have the time to do it. Like you'll miss stuff. But with this, every single call will be like overly descriptive, which then makes your quality better and your quoting better.
Exactly. So, would it be kind of like this call is the first call? You wouldn't want to do like pricing and stuff on this call, right? That would be more of a get a actual person on, confirm the call and do the pricing, or would it be best to try to get AI with the pricing and actually sending them the link?
No, we could do pricing on this call.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the way we work is you pay a deposit. There's like a $5 booking fee, and then that like secures your spot on the schedule. So
That's cool.
yeah. So
and it
like,
goes to a link anyways. What do you say on the phone?
so we can collect the payment over the phone, but we can also text them a link to pay the deposit, like through Stripe.
That's way better.
Yeah.
Because then you actually go from a warm lead to a buyer lead in a sense.
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
And then we just sometimes we'll have to call them back and tell them like, hey, look, we like actually don't have the availability on that day. And then we just refund the $5, and then they just go about their day. And it's really
and that
pushback.
could also be in the calendar section as well. If it's integrated well, it should probably say like on December 11th we are available between 11 and 2, something like that. And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
if it's not available, it's probably going to say, "Oh, December 11, we aren't available." I would really love to test this, but
Yeah, because we try to push them around too on like Saturdays. Usually fill up first, and then we'll try to push them onto like a Friday afternoon or a Sunday if that day is unavailable. So it's like, are there any other days that work for you for unable to do that booking? Yeah, that'd be cool
very
to test.
interesting. Yeah, I know that there's a lot more that we can try to do, but I think we got most of it covered now, right?
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
you
sick.
got a pretty decent shot at actually creating it pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything else that you have questions about here
For
at the end here?
for your prompt chaining, you said that this was able to do prompt chaining.
Yeah. So this prompt here is very much a general prompt. I wouldn't recommend this. I think the best, if you go into Synthflow, I recommend that you actually create an assistant and then you browse one of the templates and then you go to the car dealership. I know this Arthur guy, which is an inbound. He has prompt chaining in his prompt. Yeah, here you see here is more a script instructions like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Mm.
6, and this is the closing remarks. So I like this style a lot better. So you
Yeah.
don't get the how many things do you have in your living room?
Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, perfect, man. This is sick. This is exactly what I was hoping. Just kind of playing with
Sweet.
this. This is cool.
Awesome. Well, I'm really looking forward to following the journey.